Today in the program Music Day. If you listened to music tracks, they often last 8 to 12 minutes. There are very few that are less than 5 minutes. They played something like this. I was impressed, and he had a very beautiful guitar. The fact that a guitar is turned upside down affects its position from above, not from below. And this adds new subtleties to controlling the instrument. This is the music we want to play and try to convey it to our audience. It is the feeling of reincarnation into the conductor of the universe, a higher power or something like that. This is when the head turns off and everything goes its own way.
Добрый день.
Hello, we're the Rainbow, and we invite you to spend this day with us. The Rainbow Band grew out of the idea of two classmates, Georgy Hrydkovets and Ivan Podkhalyuzin. All the members of the band are students of the Kyiv Glier Institute of Music. The musicians play blues rock, psychedelic rock, jazz and funk. The most profound influence on the frontman Georgy, who actually brings the first idea, was Jimi Hendrix. His music changed Georgy's life and brought him more meaning to his personal understanding of music as a whole. The compositions of the Rainbow are a journey beyond the ordinary, allowing one to surrender to their imagination.
Это обычное желание.
This is usual spontaneous desire to play music together. This was the desire that arose inside Ivan Podkhalyuzin when we were studying at school together with another our classmate. And so this is how the band came to be. We did not choose what we would engage in. Zhora and I simply founded the band together. We then played what we liked. By chance, we both liked the same style of music. The first time I saw Georgy Hrydkovets was at a contest where he was wearing a really cool shirt, and the band played some very cool tunes. I was impressed by his play on a truly beautiful guitar. I remembered him, and then when I enrolled in the Glier Institute, I looked and saw a guy sitting with a guitar that was familiar to me, and I asked, "Did you happen to play there?" He replied, "Yes, I did." So this is how we met. Zhora said the band needs a sax player, and I replied, "Okay, I will give it a try." And that's when I started playing in the band. In fact, it is important that there are different characters in the band. After all, people have different ideas, and this depends much on personal traits. If each of us had the same character, our music would be boring. We feel that we generally need it. This is what we want to play, and what we feel, and try to express to our audience. All these processes are laborious, from cliched presentation of form, structure and concept to musical organization and other aspects. I cannot say that something is simpler, while something else is harder. This is all serious enough, and you need to concentrate on it strongly in order to express the sensations and ensure that it is of high quality. In addition to that, the listening audience must understand the ideas you are trying to convey to them through your musical creativity. 60s or 80s? Like what? The 1980s. In terms of an era, I think the 1960s. Bread and butter or watermelon with a loaf. Watermelon with butter. Bread and butter. Meatloaf with bread. I'll take bread and butter. How many people should be in a rock and roll band? One is enough. The main thing is for me to be in it. When is the right time to release an album? And for what? As soon as immediately. Cottage or resort? To rest, cottage. Or as the property that I want, there where I am. Jazz or classic? Rock. Jazz. I tend to play in a jazz style, though I don't mind playing academic music. When is the right time to go to the doctor? Before it starts to hurt. Based on sensations, before it starts to hurt. High or low? What? Low. High. Hi. What is old school? Being an old fart. A way of life, but it's not my lifestyle. Apricot or strawberry jam? Strawberry. Consume or sell? Strawberry. I'd prefer apricot jam. Jack London or Stephen King? As an author who would be interesting to read? Jack London. King. I'd read Stephen King. Where do possums live? Possums? Beasts? In a cartoon. In some holes. In Africa. But I may be wrong.
С ребятами во многом.
We're now inspired in many ways by jazz and partly by academic music as well.
Отчасти академической музыкой тоже, потому что для меня это одни из каких-то таких не идеальных, но
For me, this is not a totally perfect genre, but very cool and serious.
музыкальных форм. В том смысле, что если стремиться...
If you strive for something more than a 3-minute song for the radio, then I think that this is a worthwhile musical form.
Я думаю, что это...
This is some kind of idea that is transmitted through your state of mind, and the concept is expressed in words.
Это какая-то идея, которая передается через...
But I believe that this overall picture that is expressed by the state of mind is the most important aspect we're trying to convey to people through our music.
выражается состоянием. Я думаю, вот это первое, что...
What I mean is introducing a person into a certain state of mind. In the end, the words are merely comments, but it is the music that is the basis for conveying these words to people.
Это как комментарий, а музыка как основа для этого.
И поэтому и музыка такая, более медитативная.
And so the music is more meditative. It stretches for a long time. Some kind of motive can drag on for a long time, and now it seems to me that the listener can get absorbed in this meditative state. Jora also combines some wind instruments in his creative process. For example, a tenor sax itself can create meditative music. In addition, the flute also creates a certain pleasant and soothing atmosphere. Jora has a lot of meditation in his creativity.
В творчестве Жоры какая-то медитация присутствует.
A flute is quite an airy instrument. Of course, it is naturally a wind instrument, and a very light one. In some way, it dilutes the sound.
Я чувствую некую потребность в том, чтобы найти...
I feel the need to find people who are like-minded, and the band should not just be a gathering of talented musicians that will play music created by somebody else, but more like a united collective. So the search for new members is very important, and the whole process should happen naturally. First of all, I rely on how much these people respond to me as musicians, and whether their style of play corresponds to my ideas.
Я опираюсь на то, насколько эти люди отзываются во мне как музыканты.
And I feel is inside with something warm and close to the heart. This feeling never goes. So simple, yeah, it's so deep and subtle, yeah. And every time I close my eyes and be alone, this colors around flow more and more. I feel that there is something inside, something inside. Some cold spirit, some gold in a fight, you know. It gives me light and power to my soul. And just as I focus, it starts to glow, making me feel that I'm at home. Every time I close my eyes, seeing below, the colors around flow more and more and more. I feel that there is something inside, something inside.
Это просто модель гитариста Джими Хендрикса, который...
Is just a model of guitarist Jimi Hendrix, who at one time played in a similar way, but with his left hand on the guitar for the right-handed. And this is a left-handed guitar that I play with my left hand.
Гитара для левши, но на которой играю на левую руку. Многие считают, что...
Many aficionados of different genres of music believe that this is not very rational, and maybe they're right. I feel this is interesting in its own way, because I have new opportunities to manage electric guitar chips.
Фишками электрогитары.
This is more like lounge music for cafe bars. I really did not understand the words, but the music is pleasant, not straining and very relaxing. Good rhythm, a professional drummer and the synthesizer combined all make for good music. This is interesting. It is no longer simple, but with a claim for some thoughtfulness and about something cool and not just good rhythm. While I'm more into classic rock. You can listen to such music everywhere. It is so calm and cool. I'm thinking more about moving ahead based on my own thoughts. They could be from anywhere and from any country. In fact, such music is written in all countries, but this direction is also developing here. All will not be original. Such music can also be made in Ukraine, probably ours, and I'm very glad that they are ours. There is no specific state of mind after a performance or the trials and tribulations during rehearsals. There is a certain direct feel while playing. It is such a feeling of reincarnation into some conductor of the universe, a higher power, something like that. When the head clicks off and everything goes its own way. The fact that our music does not contain many words
является следствием, что слова
is simply because the words we have are just an attempt to clarify a concept or idea that develops into a particular song.
Идею, которая вкладывается в ту или иную песню. И не обязательно их должно быть много, чтобы...
There's no need for a lot of words to give such an effect.
Когда особенно понимаешь, что...
Especially when you understand that there can be as many details as you want, though the essence will remain the same.
Или кто-либо хочет что-то донести,
And if someone wants to express something, and they clearly see it, they do not need to use many words.
то тогда ему не нужно много слов. Ему достаточно...
Maybe there's no need for words at all in order to convey the essence through the music, and that might be enough.
Когда слова отойдут вообще на другой...
This is also quite possible, but so far there have not been very many words in our music. So let's just see what happens next.
Но пока вот чуть-чуть слов было. Посмотрим, что будет дальше.
We're the Rainbow Band, and this is the end of the program.
Спасибо.